Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make this musical jewellery box, which I've personalised with the recipient's photos and this musical component. So I'm going to show you how to make a personalised jewellery box. I've bought this plain box from craftmill.co.uk and you can get them from Amazon, eBay, any craft shop really. The Works do some cheap boxes. This one comes with an in tray, which I quite liked, so that's why I chose this one. Because I'm making this a musical jewellery box, I've bought this musical component. It's a hand crank, so it relies on you turning it. I got that from Esther Musica on Etsy, but you can get them on eBay and get them in a lot of places as well. And the only reason I got it from that shop on Etsy was because I couldn't find the tune I wanted anywhere else. But they have got quite a variety of tunes available. So I've got that. And in order to place that inside my box, I've had to drill this hole in the side. And unfortunately, you can't take this red bit off, so it had to be the size of that bit to fit in. And I used an 8.5mm drill bit, which was actually too small, but I didn't have a 9mm one. But I think a 9mm one should do the job, so I just did it with an 8.5 one and loosened it up a bit, so I kept working on it. But yeah, I think you need a 9mm drill bit. It's important at this stage as well that you remember that inside the box you've got to allow for the thickness of this outside edge at the back, because you don't want to drill too close and drill through the actual wood on the outside edge, and you also don't want to drill into the bottom piece of wood, although this is actually, I don't know if you can see the change in colour, a really thin sheet of wood at the bottom. So I've positioned this hole 1.8cm from the outside edge at the back of the box and 1.8cm up from the bottom of the box, but that's excluding the leg. And that allows your musical component just to sit fairly near the back and to the side of the box. So the next thing I'm going to do is use this tiny screwdriver to remove the bottom element of the clasp and the top element of the clasp, and also the hinges on the back. So the next thing I've done is I've mixed some PVA glue with some water and just applied white paper soaked in that mixture onto the wood, similar to papier-mâché, just to give it like a base coat almost. And I'm going to add lots and lots of black and white photos in a sort of collage effect, and these are photos of the recipient's family, so it's personalising it again with pictures, having already personalised it using the appropriate musical hand crank. So what you're doing is you're dipping into your mixture and soaking the photo. So I'm going to start with the inside of the lid. You want to eliminate any air bubbles at this stage. by rubbing over the picture. I'm just overlapping them. So currently the inside looks like this. So I just marked on where the clasp will go, so I know where to put the screws. So once you've finished that step and you've covered your whole box in this sort of collage effect, you're going to then apply a coat of PVA glue to sort of seal it, and you're going to do a couple of coats. I'm just using this foam brush. So once you've done the coating of PVA glue onto your box, and I've actually done 3 layers in the end, so it's got a bit of a sheen, you then need to attach the clasp and the hinges again. So I'm now going to make a little compartment inside the jewellery box for the musical component to sit in. So I'm going to measure the length of it. And I'm going to do a mited end to the piece of wood, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So I'm going to use this mitre box. If you're a child, you should probably do this with adult supervision. So you get left with an end that looks like that, so it's got a slant on it. And I'm also going to cut a straight edge. So here you now have 2 sides which slot together like this. So that's how a mitered edge works. It's like that. Then we'll put a little roof on it. So I've got this thicker wood. So just sand off any rough edges, and if you don't have any sandpaper to hand, you can just use a nail file. So I'm just going to stick this all together using some wood glue. Ugh. But I'm sure PVA glue would work just fine. So whilst that little compartment is drying, I'm going to place the musical component into my jewellery box and screw it in. So as you can see, I've now fitted in the musical component. And what I'm going to do next is, now that this has dried, I'm going to cover it in another photo.
So once that you've fitted in your little musical component cover, just paint over it again with 3 layers of PVA glue so it matches the rest of the box, and then your box is finished.